HBO's The Last of Us is the most gutless, corporate, and tone-deaf video game adaptation since studios realized gamers have credit cards.
Melvo versus the world.
Especially Season 2. What the hell even is Season 2? And no, the problem isn't Bella Ramsey not looking like Ellie. That discourse is a distraction. The rut goes deeper. It's in the writing and direction, in the choices that betray the story's soul. And it's baffling because Neil Druckmann's involved. Not that I'm a Druckmann defender. Part 2 was already divisive, but at least it had bite. You already built the goddamn bicycle, Neil. It exists in the game. Just ride it. Sure, tone down the violence for a wider audience, but why turn it into a quirky buddy road movie? That's pissing off the fans, people who made this franchise matter. And when the show ends, guess what, Neil? You'll still be making games. For them. Druckmann once said, "It's a matter of time before someone wants to bring our story to TV." And I think our story is worth telling. Very true, it's worth telling to people who don't play games, to parents, passive viewers, TikTok scrollers. Maybe that's why they got a sterilized shell. Let's be clear, I have zero problem with Bella Ramsey's face, and I'm not questioning their talent. I'll touch on the miscast because all the discourse around it didn't come from nowhere, but I'm here for the writing, the direction, the decay at the core of this adaptation. This isn't my usual format. I only even started watching the show because I picked up The Last of Us Part 2 on PC, figured I'd watch and play in parallel, and holy feck, I've never felt this much cringe and confusion from something tied to a story I kinda liked. Minor correction, I actually think Part 2 is poorly written as well, but I still loved parts of it, mostly Ellie's half, especially the Joel flashbacks. The rest, nope. I never connected with Abby, even though the writers threw every manipulative trick in the book to make me feel something. Didn't work. Not even the dead dog trick landed, but I'll keep playing the game for years anyway, because the gameplay slaps. And here's the kicker, the show is so bad, it's actually making me appreciate the game more. If that was the plan, Neil, congrats, 4D chess, strategic genius. Because I have no clue who this TV show is even for. It's full of inconsistencies and completely misses the tone and themes of The Last of Us. Part 2, for all its many flaws, is a raw, brutal story about obsession and revenge. It's cold, it spirals. The show guts the emotional pacing, it strips out the edge, it replaces grounded, desperate survival with prestige TV filler and emotional ambiguity that feels like it was written by committee. They skip over grief like it's a montage beat. One moment Ellie's devastated, and the next she's cracking jokes with Dina like her late father figure's death was a minor inconvenience. Then she decides to head to Seattle for revenge, and for some reason Dina is acting like a guidance counselor or a mom. Ellie, did you pack your meds? You got snacks? Fill those pockets with ammo. Change those ratty chucks. Wear boots, sweetie. We're going on an adventure. What the hell is this dialogue? Why is Ellie suddenly a dumb-ass sidekick in her own revenge arc? Where's the "I'm gonna kill every last one of them"? It's like the writers didn't even know source material existed or just didn't care. Look, I get it. It doesn't have to be a one-to-one copy of the game. If they had something new to say, sure, reframe it, challenge it, and ship it. But instead, TV show Tommy's drinking beers with a shrink, while game Tommy's shooting Manny in the face in Seattle. TV Dina has become Ellie. She's the one who's focused, deadly, and scanning the air with fucking Witcher sense to count the clickers. Meanwhile, Bella's Ellie just stands around cracking wise. But wait, it gets worse. What about the apocalypse that doesn't look like one? Why is everyone so clean? Their clothes look freshly steamed like they were just ironed on set. It's been 20 plus years since a goddamn fungal zombie outbreak, and everyone looks like they stepped out of a Zara ad. This is Rick Grimes, and 5 years into the apocalypse he looks like shit, like rotting meat. Meanwhile, Ellie's glowing like she just came from a Sephora in Seattle, which by the way is a 900 miles walk from Jackson, and she doesn't have a single smudge? Get out of here. Dina's actress looks more apocalyptic on her Instagram than she does in the show. That's impressive. You've got grimy backdrops with perfectly lit, spotless characters. The game had insane levels of detail. It's mind-blowing how much thought was put into it. The show, even the infected buried under the snow for hell knows how long, look cleaner than I do, and I shower daily. This plastic cinematic beauty kills the desperation that made the world feel real. And when your apocalypse looks this fake, why should anyone care? And here's another issue I've got. Tonal Whiplash. 1 second it's a teen coming-of-age rom-com, the next, bam, full frontal dick out of nowhere. Imagine saying to your 9-year-old daughter, like, it's okay, sweetheart, you like Twilight, right? Let's watch this together, then boom, naked cock and balls. Who's this for? Who's the target audience here? Who wrote this? People who like teen rom-coms don't like dicks shoved in their face, and vice versa. A lot of people are pissed about the miscast. Bella Ramsey doesn't look or feel like Ellie, and yeah, there were better options. Keely Spaney would have been a better pick, sure, but it doesn't matter. No one can act their way out of the script, and that's the real tragedy here. Bella's catching all this heat when they're just doing their job. I actually think Bella's alright, though not Ellie from part 2. They nailed part 1 Ellie. Angsty, sarcastic, dangerous, and snarky. But that version died with Joel. The writers just didn't care to notice. They decided to drag that same energy into a season where Ellie's supposed to be hollowed out, broken, and brutal. Come to think of it, I don't remember Game Ellie smiling even once after Joel's death. Let that sink in. This TV show is a disaster that feels like a money laundering scheme. Crypto rug pools have better storytelling. I feel like I'm being lied to when watching, but I'll keep going for science. It's not hate watching, it's an academic exercise. The Last of Us TV show isn't just a bad adaptation, it's a case study in how to strip a story of its soul. It's a sanitized, focus-tested version of something that was once raw and real. And there you have it. Agree, disagree, hit the comments and let's hash it out. Like, subscribe, and stick around for more deep dives and rants like this one. And if you think this is a hot take, just wait until they ruin Abby's arc 2 in season 3.